Oh dear. Good evening, everyone. It's lovely to see you all in church, and also lovely to see lots of you joining us online as well. Good evening. We're all a little bit windswept, aren't we? It's a little bit windy out there. So yeah, you guys at home are in your comfort under your blankets, I'm sure. So a huge welcome then to our mediums this evening. We've been joined by the lovely Julie Simpson in church. Welcome, Julie. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And we've got lovely Helen Ayres online, who will take over a little bit later on with Rob for the rest of your service. So welcome, Helen. Thanks for coming on. So before we start our service, as always, we will open in prayer. So I'll hand over to Julie for this bit. And then once she's finished the opening prayer, we will all say the Lord's Prayer together. All right, so over to you, Mum. Thank you.
Could everyone just please join me in prayer? Divine Spirit, I thank you for bringing all these lovely group of people here this evening for us to close. Take to those needed from us tonight. I ask for this evening to be full of upliftment and for my messages to be given in love, light and laughter. Amen.
Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you, Julie.
Right, thank you. Water. Right, okay, so I'm going to light the church candle then, as we do each week, and this is that invitation to ask your loved ones in spirit to come close should you wish to feel them around you. You can make that intention known to them that you'd like the comfort around you now, so we'll do that. If you'd like to light a candle at home, of course you can do that. And we just think about that healing light now, then as we go into the healing prayers tonight. So we think about that healing light that we've all got within us, and we attempt to shine that out to the world and to all of those that need it and might find some comfort from that. So if you can just spend a few moments and just go into that quiet space. Just once again, take that deep breath. Try and clear your minds of all the stresses and all the thoughts that are going on personally for you at the moment. Just focus on healing light, focus on love, focus on positivity. And while we do that, we'll say a healing prayer, name those that are named in our healing book. And of course, if anyone wants to add anyone in the comments online, I shall add those names in as well. And we'll just send that love out because it is so, so very needed. Okay. So we focus our healing and sending this love and this light around all those named in our healing book tonight. So we ask for healing to surround Darren, Claire, Darren, Talia, Alfie, Andrea, Tanya, Linda, Anne, Lorraine, Sean, Kevin, Lee, Sarah and family, Jean and Alan, Simon and Sarah, Eileen, Francis, Joan, Veronica, Cyril, Terry, Colin, Anne Grove, Richard Baldwin, Bethany, Amelia, Ken, Alison, Tony Senior and Junior, dogs, rabbits, cats and fish, Suzanne, Nigel, George, Kelly, Carlos, Mason, Jason, Ryan, Sophia, Natalie, Jackie and Steve, Matt, Leah and Franklin, Adam, Sarah, Sienna, Sam, Paul, Norma, Pat, I'm in trouble reading that one. So whoever wrote the name after Pat, just intensify that name by repeating it in your mind. Bonnie, Annie, Denise, Mikel Antonio, and the ladies involved in car accidents around Benfleet this week. There's been a few, and one lady did pass to spirit. So we send progression thoughts to her and love to her family. To Mark, Dean, Emma, Sarah, Wendy and Paul Muley, Ivy, Joan, Brenda, Dennis, Abby, Harley the dog, Tinkerbell the dog, Starbucks the cat, all animals, Chloe and George Borum, Vic, Tony, Lara, Charlie, Brian, Dudley and Mandy, Karen, Jeffrey, Victoria and Cats. So please join with me in healing prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Great Spirit, we thank you for bringing us together safely tonight. We thank you for the blessings in our lives. We thank you for always being there. We ask that you shine your love light, your loving light upon us now and fill our hearts with love, that we may feel your peace within. We ask that your love shine through us and allow our light to radiate as healing energy for all those that we've named tonight. As we focus on your love and light, we send healing directly to all those we've named, those that we think of privately in our minds now, and also to all those that might be in need tonight that haven't been named. We ask that they feel the energy working for them. We hold faith that this is always possible through your love. We pray also for all suffering to end and for our world to come together in love and in peace, so that all people, all animals, all nature can live together and thrive. We ask all of this in the name of our greatest healer, your loving Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. So please just continue to sit for a minute. Send that love and that light out. This will be broken by the hymn Gracious Spirit in the front of your books. Thank you.
Precious
Lovely. Well done, everyone. I will hand over to Peter now for this evening's Bible reading. Thank you, Peter. Oh, Frank. It's not your friend, is it?
Frank. Good evening, all. Nice to see so many in the church. Pleased you brought your angels along. They never leave you. Welcome to those online and all with your angels. Tonight's reading is the parable of the sower. Last week, we looked at Paul's visit to Macedonia and Achaia, speaking of spreading God's gift of an abundant harvest to those who received in plenty and to give to those in areas in need, spreading brotherhood nationwide. Tonight's reading is the parable of the sower, and it takes a different direction and is also covered in Matthew 13 and Mark 4. Also special to this reading, Jesus gives a detailed answer to using the farmer's seed to show how poorly we listen with our hearts. They may fall away, absorbed by our material selves. It is worthwhile to read Matthew and Mark to get a full story. Like all Bible readings, we should look for where we fit in to the examples we see, where we can make improvements to ourselves. Tonight's reading, St. Luke 8, the parable of the sower. While a large crowd was gathering and people were coming to Jesus from town after town, he told this parable. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path. It was trampled on and the birds ate it up. Some fell on rocky ground, and when it came up, the plants withered because they had no moisture. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up with it and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil. It came up and yielded a crop 100 times more than was sown. When he said this, he called out, "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear." His disciples asked him, "What does this parable mean?" He said, "The knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom of God has been given to you, but to others I speak in parables, so that though seeing, they may not see, through hearing, they may not understand. This is the meaning of the parable. The seed is the word of God. Those along the path are the ones who hear, and then the devil comes along and takes away the word from their hearts, so that they may not believe and be saved. Those on the rocky ground are the ones who receive the word with joy when they hear it, but they have no root. They believe for a while, but in a time of testing, they fall away. The seed that fell among the thorns stands for those who hear, but as they go on their way, are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed on good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart who hear the word and retain it, and by persevering produce a crop. God bless that reading, and thank you.
Thank you. Lovely reading, thank you. I'm not going to forget this evening. Spiky, that one. Yeah. I'm not going to forget this evening. I normally forget to say goodbye to those watching online. Well, I have done the past few times. So a huge goodbye from everyone in church. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you all the best of services, Helen and Rob. Good night.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to do you a reading that I've chosen for this evening for you, and it's called Christmas and its Spiritual Meaning. Christmas is known to all men the world over historically as the memorable day of the birth of Jesus, the Saviour. Though it is true that Christmas is thus celebrated as the day of the advent of Christ into the world, yet it also symbolises a very deeply significant truth of the spiritual life. Jesus Christ lived and symbolised divine consciousness. He is the very personification of divinity. Christ was born and he worked transformation in the lives of people. He gave a new and spiritual turn to the lives of man. There came a change upon the land. People started upon a new way of life. Thus a new era dawned for the world. Those conditions of darkness, impurity and materialism that prevailed before the coming of Christ signify to you the inner state of the seeker's personality before discrimination had dawned upon him and before a spiritual awakening had taken place. In that period, the seeker has no thought of God or the higher spiritual life. He is immersed in the pursuit of the material things of this external physical world. He has no spiritual ideal in life. In this state of things must cease, and the seeker must enter into a new way, a new life of spiritual aspiration, purity and devotion. Then the Christ spirit must take its birth within its heart. That is the real Christmas, when the divine element begins to express itself in the heart of man. From then onward, life begins to shine where darkness was before. Ignorance gives place to the beginning of wisdom. Impurity is replaced by purity. Hatred ceases and love begins to blossom forth. In the innermost core, man is essentially divine. But upon this field of human personality, two forces keep acting. There are forces of good and evil, of light and of darkness. The divine and the undivine both operate in the human consciousness of man. With the advent of the Christ spirit within the heart of the seekers, all human desires come to an end, and they are replaced by pure, higher, divine aspiration. Spirituality overcomes materialism. You break free from your slavery to your senses. You begin to live a new life, a divine life of purity, love, and selflessness. This is the birth into a divine life. It was that Christ explains that his birth is inward, not of the body, but in the spirit. Such inner spiritual birth is essential if the supreme is to be attained. If true bliss is to be experienced, rejoicing takes place only when Christmas has come. Usher in now the real and the spiritual Christmas within your being, and become desireless, conquer egoism, become embodiments of true humility, develop meekness and lowliness of spirit by humble surrender to the Lord. Be courageous to overcome all obstacles, joylessly. Welcome the descent of the light of Christ within, and rejoice in the advent of the divine, and be crowned with divine glory. And I was really drawn to that reading this evening. I know we've got Christmas coming up very soon, but I just felt really drawn to read that actual reading to you this evening. So this is what I wrote with Spirit when I sat with Spirit in response to my reading. As Christmas fast approaches, I often find it quite a reflective time of the year. A time when we give much thought to our loved ones that won't be here to join us. My beautiful dad passed away in March of last year, and so it has been a very emotional time. I found it very challenging having his first heavenly birthday and his first heavenly Christmas. What gives me so much comfort is knowing he is not suffering anymore. Remember that your loved ones are only a thought away in your minds. So light that special candle for them, speak to them, and most importantly, leave an empty chair for them at the dining table, as they were sure to be joining you. Christmas is a time for spending with your loved ones, a time for giving and sharing the love you have together. Life has taught me to live for the moment and to cherish those that are special to me. Make as many memories as possible. With my reading, it talks about the spiritual meaning of Christmas and how through life we learn difficult lessons, but they teach us how to become better people, to think of others and how to be courteous and respectful. Be happy for others and do not hold on to jealousy or greed, but be kind, understanding and sympathetic to others. To be there to just listen and to be heard helps others to feel included and less isolated. We all hold of the light that is divine within us. Let us send our thoughts and prayers out to those that have no family or homes, and those suffering from illness, and to all those less fortunate than ourselves. Together in prayer, we can make a difference in this sometimes dark world. Spirit is eternal, and it looks to keep us connected to our loved ones that have passed. So I say to you all, look out for one another and hold close your family and friends. You're all beautiful, bright stars of light, and that will help to illuminate your pathways. And remember, when we pass over to the Spirit, it's just a change of worlds. We'll always be connected by love we hold dear in our hearts. Sending much love, light to you all. Live, laugh, and love. Thank you so much for listening to my reading and address. I hope you really enjoyed it and you could relate to it. I'm going to move straight on now to the mediumship. I'm just going to see if I have no comments. So I'm just going to, okay, I'm not seeing any comments. Let me just see. Aha, thank you. I see comments now. So, good evening and thank you so much for joining me. I can see all your lovely comments. Keep them coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful for you all to be joining me this evening. I can see your comments coming up and I'll ask the Spirit World to direct me to who I need to be with, please. And then if we can just hold comments while I'm working with the one person as I connect in here. Thank you so much, everybody. Sarah Jane Webber, can I work with you first, please? Sarah Jane Webber. Sarah, as I connect with you, I feel as if I want to say I've got Mum coming in here, my darling. I do feel with your mum, she was quite poorly towards the end before she passes to Spirit. Would you understand this, my darling? I do feel I lose quite a lot of weight as well. And I just feel generally quite poorly with your mum, please, before she passes. I do feel that I was quite tired towards the end of my life, and I feel I was in and out of my consciousness with her, my darling, okay? But I feel that you're with her and you're holding her hand and you're stroking her face, Sarah, okay? Because she makes me very aware that you were there. And as she connects with my energy, she's almost blowing you a kiss, but she wants to say thank you for everything you did for her, my darling, all right? Because I know she was very, very poorly towards the end, all right, my darling? But she is fine and well in spirit now, please, as well. Sarah, would you have understood a cancerous condition with your mum, please? Because I just feel like I'm aware of a cancerous condition here. And I know that I'm very, very poorly with this lady, please, as I'm connecting here, okay, as well. Just see. And would you understand, have you got a ring that connects with your mum, please? Have you got a ring of hers? And she's showing me a ring with like a diamond or a stone in it as well, okay? And I just feel like she's just coming around you, sending a lot of healing and upliftment and strength, Sarah, at the moment as well. She had the cancer. Thank you for confirming that for me. Because I just feel like she's so proud of you and she's just giving you that support at the moment. And she's saying you can get through this, all right? She's sending a lot of strength, a lot of healing. And she is saying, you know, you can get through this, what's going on for you at the moment as well, okay? And she's saying, just remember who you are. And she's sending a lot of strength. okay? And I feel as if it's like she wants you to speak your truth, my darling. 3 rings. Thank you, Sarah. She wants you to speak your truth for the situation or person at the moment, okay? Because she doesn't want you to carry it, and you're carrying a situation quite heavy on your shoulders, my darling, at the moment, okay? Because they're making me very aware of this as well. And you're just, mum gives you a single rose with a lot of love, please, as well, okay? I don't put mum overly tall, and her hair's a little bit longer than mine, okay? But I just know that I really struggled towards the end with your mum. That's what I feel with her, okay? That's fine. She's showing me like black and white photographs, so I feel that there would be black and white photographs of when she was younger, my darling, as well, okay? Because I just feel she's showing that to me. I'm also being made aware of a little Bible, please, as well. That's what she's showing me. And there would have been a necklace with a cross or a St. Christopher. Okay, I will speak my truth. Thank you. She's just touching on the situation, Sarah. Do you know what I mean? Where you find it hard, you don't like that confrontation or that conflict. And she's just wanting you to release that by speaking your truth, okay? And I don't mean like ranting and raving, I just mean in a calm manner, but I just feel as if she's trying to lift that burden off your shoulders, all right? She's very much talking about that as well, okay? I'm getting a brass horseshoe, so I don't know if your mum had a brass horseshoe or your nan did, but I feel I've got to say that. And I feel there was either like farming in the family going back, or there was an infinity with someone that liked to ride horses and look after horses, because I just feel I'm being made aware of them as well, my darling, okay? The name Mary and the name Margaret are being said here from Spirit, please, as well. So I need to say that, okay? I feel there was a passing around this month, November. I want to say either the end of November, beginning of December, because they're lighting a candle in the spirit. She had many brass horseshoes. Thank you, and many photos. Thank you, Sarah, because she's showing that to me. But I do feel that someone had an infinity with horses, and I'm getting like, I don't know if there was some that lived out in the countryside, because that's what she's making me aware of. Sarah, I do feel also that there are London connections as well, please, okay? Someone would have lived or worked out of London going back. And I do feel there would have been a northern link, please, as well, because your mama said, do I want a brew? I'm aware of an old-fashioned typewriter as well, Sarah, okay? Evening, Jill. I'm just aware of an old-fashioned typewriter as well, please, there. And I feel like your mum either did sort of like sewing or knitting or something, because I feel she's keeping busy over here, okay, as well. And are you keeping a diary or a journal? We're all from East London. Thank you so much, Sarah. She's talking about a journal or a diary, and I don't know if you keep one, but she wants you to start to keep something like this, because she's saying it will help you to put your thoughts sometimes onto paper. We were in Yorkshire this weekend. Okay, I just felt that she just taken me over to that as well. Very good with knitting, thank you, because she's knitting away here. Knit one purl, one she's going. She was a very warm person. I feel she just wants to give you a big hug, and she sends so much love. I feel she was a very honest person, very sincere, and what you see is what you got with your mum, if that makes sense to you, my darling, as well, okay? She is taking me to before I passed the spirit, darling, and I feel as if, would you understand you brushed her hair? Because she's saying I looked lovely when I passed over, my hair was brushed. I've started writing a diary of the past. Thank you, Sarah, because I just feel it's releasing it onto paper, isn't it, that way, and you're not carrying it all the time. And she's showing me her nails, so I don't know if you painted her nails and brushed her hair before she passed over to spirit. Very much honest. I feel that, Sarah. She was a very honest person. Now, I don't know if your mum was one of 3, but I've got to say there's one of 3. If you've got 2 sisters and a brother, but I just feel there's one of 3 here, okay, somewhere along the, yeah, we brushed her hair. Because she just, it's little things, Sarah, like that, because she said, I know I was passing over to spirit, but it was nice that someone brushed my hair. So I think that's really beautiful. And my sister did her nails. Thank you. That's incredible evidence from spirit, because she's actually showing these things to me, Sarah, okay? But she's just sending that strength, my darling, and that healing at the moment, okay? And someone is wanting to move as well, because I feel there's movement around a house. They've either recently moved or they want to move in the new year, because I'm just being made aware of a house move in the family, please, my darling, okay? I've got to say that to you. And I'm getting the number 11. I don't normally get random numbers, but I feel that number 11, so it's either the 11th for a month or 11 is in the door number, but I feel I've got to give that to you as well, okay? Lastly, before I move on, your son wants to move, thank you. I want you to look out, Sarah, for the angel numbers 333, 444, 555, because your angels, you know, when you see sequences of regular numbers, your angels are trying to send you a message. So I want you to look out for that a little bit more as well. And if you just recently found a white feather, because I want to say to you that your angels are coming very strong around you at the moment, and they're sending this healing and protection, my darling. But I feel it's relevant as well, okay? And also, Sarah, before I move on, would you understand twins somewhere, either in your side of the family or your husband's side of the family? Because I just feel I want to say twins for some reason as well, because I'm just being made aware of twins. Definitely being made aware of twins here as well, please. You look out for the numbers. Thank you, Sarah. Just see if there's anything more here, because I just feel like she's just stepping back out of my energy a little bit. Can you understand the twins though? She's really adamant on this as well. And she's talking about someone who's just changed their car or something. Yes, my dad had twin sisters. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me that confirmation, Sarah, because they're making me aware of that. They're also changing a car, so I want to say there's either someone just, yeah, I just feel like someone is going to change their car, or it's just recently changed their car, because I just feel they're making me aware of that as well. And there's a memory to an open fire as well, and she's showing me like toasted marshmallows. So I feel there's a memory to that, and campfires. And I feel I want to say to you, there was an aunt or a nan or a great nan who was quite spiritual, and saw a lot of spirit, my darling. Okay, I feel that you'd know where this is, please, as well. Also, they're showing me tea leaves as well, so I just feel I've got to leave that with you. But take your mum's love. My son just changed his car. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take all their love, and know that your mum is with you, and she walks with you quite a lot, okay? And she sends a lot of strength, she sends a lot of healing, and I will leave her love and say thank you, God bless you, thank you for working with me, my darling. All right, take her love. Your nan's full spirit. Thank you, Sarah, for that confirmation, my darling. Thank you so much. Okay, keep your hearts coming up, please, my darlings. Let's see where we need to go. Christine Marais, can I work with you? You are welcome, Sarah, darling. Christine Marais, can I work with you, please, my darling? Would you understand Dad in the world of spirit? If this isn't Dad, I want to say a grandfather, but I do feel Dad. Sarah Marais, I'm not sure how you say your surname. I'll wait for you to comment. But I do feel there's a lovely gentleman coming in. I do want to say I feel this is like Dad or a grandfather. I feel with this gentleman, he was sort of quite an average height and build, and he had trouble with his breathing towards the end, please, as well. Okay, just wait for you. Just Christina Marquet, yes, I want to work with you, please. Christina Marais, is it? Can I work with you, please? Christine, I've got a gentleman stepping forward who I feel I want to say is Dad. I feel this man wore his heart on his sleeve. He was a very warm person, and he was a very genuine soul. I do feel I want to say it's Dad. If it's not Dad, it's grandfather. Can you understand this information, please? Christine, I'm working with Christine, please. Christine Moray. I'm here. Thank you, Christine. I feel there's a gentleman coming forward, and I want to say Dad or grandfather. He would have had trouble with his breathing as well. I do feel quite fatherly, actually, because I just feel he wants to give you the biggest cuddle at the moment. And I feel he just, thank you, your dad. I know he's breathless and has trouble with his heart towards the end, but I feel he just wants to send that healing to you at the moment, Christine. And he just wraps his arms around you, and he's just trying to reassure you at the moment, all right? And he's sending you a lot of strength as well, okay? And he was a very warm person, I feel. He was a very genuine soul, you know? He wore his heart on his sleeve, and he had a lot of love and compassion for people. That's what I want to say here as well. And he just throws his arms around you, just trying to reassure you at the moment. And I feel as if he's just trying to clear your pathway a little bit. You understand there's been lots of annoying distractions along your route, along your way at the moment, because I just feel, Christine, as if he's just clearing the debris. Would you understand that he had a ring as well, please? But it looks like a excuse me, a signet ring. I feel there would have been a watch as well. And would you understand with Dad, that he had slight hearing loss as well, because I just feel like I'm not hearing well with him towards the end as well. He's very smartly dressed. I feel it was very important for him to look smart. Do you know what I mean? He always looked really smart. And there's a memory to him cleaning his shoes as well. All right. Yeah, I need the hug. He's just coming in around you, darling. And he gives you a kiss on the cheek. And I feel he used to wink, but as a cheeky thing, you know, because he's given me that as well. Okay. But there would have been a watch. I feel there would have been cufflinks, please, as well. And a signet ring that looked like it had a dark stone in it as well. Okay. Can you understand the watch and the cufflink? And I'm being shown like a hanky chief, and the name Peter and the name John are being said as well. And I feel Dad would have had a brother or brothers, please, as well. You can take all of this. No, definitely with Christine, I feel. But if you can take parts of it, take what you want to take from it, the other connection shampoo, all right, as well, because sometimes we have split links. Okay, so you understand all of that information, Christine, that I'm giving to you, and so does somebody else as well. So take that energy, because I feel sometimes they work, yes, and me go watch, sometimes they work on a split link. So I want you to both take what you want to take from this, all right, because I just feel this man is reaching out to two people as he works to two people at the same time here. Again, here as well, and I don't know for why, but they're talking about, I don't know, Christine, whether you're making changes in the house or the home, and there's been like, your Matt, okay, Matt, take what you need to take from that, my darling, as well, okay, if you feel that this link is with you. I feel they're talking about decorations. I feel like there's some painting or decorating within the home as well, and they're talking about an extension as well, okay. Christine, they're also talking about someone's work, and Matt, okay, someone's work is changing, or they've just changed their job. But I feel that your dad is bringing all this information forward. There would be a memory, please, Christina, to your dad cleaning his shoes, because you're showing me the tint, you know, in the pot, okay. He always had a hanky in his pocket. Thank you. Yeah, I feel that as well. And the name Peter and the name John are also relevant as well here, Christine, okay? Christine, I don't know whether you do art or anything, but he's making me aware that you have that artistic flair as well. And he's almost as if giving you a pencil to put pen to paper, like drawing, like spiritual drawing, I want to say here as well. And I feel with your dad, he's showing me like really beautiful handwriting, like with a fountain pen. Do you know what I mean? I feel he could really write quite beautifully. He had an amazing sort of like handwriting, almost like calligraphy style. And he's talking about you just been writing your cards. And I'm still with Matt as well. Yes, I got his tin with his shoe polish. I think you both just take what you need to take from this, please, okay? Because I can't change what they're giving me, all right? I feel there would have been a pocket watch as well. There's definitely a pocket watch, like an old style pocket watch, because he's showing that to me as well. And I feel this man was quite punchable with time as well. I'm making changes, just put up the decorations. And Christine, he's saying you've just been writing your Christmas cards as well, because he's been with you when you've been writing them. And he's saying, write me one, because he still see you. He wants you to write one, all right? And to Matt as well. He always shone his shoes. And you can almost see his reflection in his shoes, Christine. That's what I want to say, because I just feel that was quite an important part for him as well. But I feel they're just working on a split link, so I feel that he just wants to send love to both of you, Christine, yourself, and to Matt, please, as well, because I've definitely got a split link here that I can't separate. I do feel with this gentleman, I struggled with breathing, but I did smoke as well at some point in my life. I'm decorating and working, and work's going on at the moment. Thank you, Matt, as well there. He's just proud of you both. Do you know what I mean? It's clever how they're working it as a split link, but I feel as if he's proud of you, Matt, and he's proud of Christine, okay? It's almost like I've got half a spirit here and then half of the other. I feel that there'll be London connections going back in the family, please, as well. I've got to say that. And I feel there would have been an overseas link with Australia or America, please, because I just feel that they're making me aware of these links as well, okay? And would you, lastly, before I move on with this double link here, would you understand there was a handmade Christmas bauble that was on the tree? Because he's almost showing me this handmade like Christmas bauble as well. And there's an angel that's been years and years old that I feel is still being used to this day that he's talking about, to do with the tree as well. And one of you has just changed your tree or is thinking about getting another tree because he's laughing about somebody's tree looking like it's, you know, tired. I am an artist and he did calligraphy and I'm doing calligraphy. Fantastic, Christine. Thank you. And he smoked. Thank you. That's what I say. You've got a split link here with both of you. You know, you should be able to understand all the information as well. And he's raising a glass of whiskey or a brandy for medicinal purposes only. Excuse me. He's laughing and he's winked. Okay. But I feel he's raising a glass and he's going to be with you at Christmas time, and he wants you to pull up a chair. That goes to both of you because he'll definitely be around you both, okay, as well. And I'm not trying to split this link because I do feel I'm with both of you, and I've had two links working at the same time here, okay. Clever, isn't it, how they do this? He did, Christine, he had really amazing handwriting as well. That's what I want to say. Absolutely amazing. But you understand treacle sponge or treacle pudding as well, Christine, because I just feel that there's this like cake or pudding and he's bringing it to you as well. All right. And I feel there'd be an anniversary or passing in January and March, April time. I've been putting up the baubles. He's talking about it, darling. Amazing. All right. But take his love and know that he is around you, sending that strength and that healing. He's talking about someone struggling with their legs and their back, please. I need to send healing around both of these, please, as well, okay? And he will be with you. Yes, he wants you to do the psychic art because they're showing me pictures of you drawing, but face is connecting with spirit, okay? Because you have an amazing ability, and he just wants to tell you to trust your gut instincts more because they always serve you and it's forever right. All right, my darling? Take his love and know he walks with you. And I'll say thank you so much for working with me. Keep your comments coming up. Keep your comments coming up. Keep your comments coming up. Oh, where am I? Margaret Bennett, can I work with you, please? Margaret Bennett. Margaret Bennett. I just want to work with you, please, Margaret, if I may, please, if that's okay. Margaret, as I connect with you, I feel as if I want to say I've got mum here. And as I blend with this energy, March was my birthday, thank you. As I blend with this energy, Margaret Bennett, I just feel like I'm not an overly tall lady, so I feel quite little in my height, and I've got quite small hands and feet. I do know this lovely lady, I did struggle with my mobility towards the end a bit, please, as well. Would you understand this, Margaret Bennett? And I do feel I struggle with my feet and my legs, but I do feel I want to say mum or nan with this energy, please. My hair is quite short as well. But I always like to look nice, I feel, this lovely lady. Do you know what I mean? And she'd always put a smile on her face, no matter what, you know? Margaret, you know, I feel this is definitely your mum that's coming in here. She's not overly tall. She's got quite short hair. She's showing me scarves. I know I struggle with my mobility with her. But she comes in with so much love. I feel that your mum was quite a private person. You're welcome, Christine. Thank you so much, darling. I feel that your mum was quite a private person. She was sociable to a degree, if you know what I mean. She was more open with the people close to her. She wasn't overly sociable in if she didn't know the person. She wouldn't like just talk to anybody. Does that make sense? I do feel she had slight confusion before I passed as well, and she loved her scarves as well. And she'd always wear a scarf with a bit of vibrancy and a bit of colour. And she was a really strong person, your mum. She'd always put a smile on her face, even if she just felt, sad inside. She wouldn't really, she was quite private, I'm going to say, with her emotions. But as I blend with you, Margaret, she just wants to give you the biggest cuddle. And I feel that you are welcome, Christine. Bless you. I just feel that she comes with a lot of love. I feel she struggled to articulate emotion, if that makes sense, Margaret. But I know that I just want to give you this cuddle for her, and she's just trying to reassure you at the moment. And again, sending that strength and that healing as well. You're not related to Margaret. Bless you, Lisa. Because she just talks of that. And she's showing me a ring, Margaret, with a red ruby stone in it as well. I could so do with that. Okay, so, as long as you're understanding that, Margaret. She's showing me a ring with a red ruby stone or a garnet in it. Would you understand that? I feel it belonged to her. There's also would have been a necklace with a pendant that, a locket that would open up. Would you understand that? And there'd be like a black and white photograph as well. And there's a young photograph of your mum, and I want to say she was in her 20s. It's black and white, and it was as if she was just like all dressed up. Do you know what I mean? And it's like black and white, and she's got these nice shoes and a dress on as well. You're not sure about the ring, but would you understand the necklace with the locket? She's showing that to me. And I don't know why she shows me this. It's like cross stitch, you know, like when you sew a pattern into a like a picture frame, and it's like cross stitch, like a pattern that you follow. She's showing that to me. Can you understand that? It's like cross stitch, but it's like a pattern as well. Yes, to the locket as well. I had a black and white with my nan. Yeah, I feel I'm definitely with Margaret on this link. I just feel like she's showing me, like, you know, like sewing or stitching, and you do cross stitch. Yeah, I do feel I'm with Margaret, but take what you want to take from this, Lisa, because I don't know how they seem to be working on split links tonight. But there's something around sewing. That's what I want to say as well. Okay, that makes sense then, because Margaret, she's following a pattern. Do you know what I mean? And I feel she could knit jumpers, she could knit scarves as well, but she could do sewing because she's showing it to me. And I don't know if it was your nan that did the sewing with it, because I've got an old-fashioned Singer sewing machine coming in there, Margaret, as well. All right. And I feel your mum likes a brooch, like a posh little brooch, and she's showing me like a little handbag, a little sort of like pointed, I can't explain it to you, like a structured little handbag, a little black one. But she's showing that to me as well. Okay. And I feel like your mum in her younger days liked to put a bit of lippy on, Margaret. All right, as well. As she comes forward here, Margaret, she was a tailoress. That's what I'm talking about then, with all the sewing and the stitching and the dress and the dressmaking, because she's showing that to me. There would have been a brooch as well, darling, and a little handbag. And she liked to put a little bit of lippy on. She's sending you healing, Margaret, to your legs and your feet at the moment as well. I feel that you're really needing that. And she's sending it to the lower part of your back as well. Okay. She's sending a lot of healing, and she's sending upliftment, and she's putting a lot of yellow around you as well. So I just feel like that energy and the upliftment she's trying to send in at the moment as well. She's saying you haven't been sleeping very well as well. Good evening, everyone that's joining. She's saying you weren't sleeping very well, because she just wants to place that lavender with you as well. She made all my clothes when I was small. Yeah, she was amazing, absolutely amazing, Margaret, with the sewing and everything, because she was just so artistic as well. Okay. I don't know for why, Margaret, but do you like jigsaw puzzles? Because she's just left you a jigsaw puzzle for some reason. Or do you do like the word searches or the crosswords or something? Because she's just showing all these different things to me as well. You haven't been sleeping. I'm going to send you healing, Margaret, for that. All right. She just wants you to just wrap up warm and make sure that you are eating healthily. So more fruit and vegetables. She's just bringing that in. Margaret, you'd understand there was a rose bush in memory of somebody as well. And the name Lily or Lillian, Margaret. And the name Mary. Okay. Would you understand your mum had two sisters? Because she's making me aware of sisters. It's not with her, it's with you, but there's two sisters. And she's talking about them being very different in their energies as well, quite opposites as well. Okay. She's lighting candles as well at the moment. So I feel there'd be a passing just gone or one coming up. Okay. Because I just see candles coming on as well. And that normally means a passing coming up for me. And the rose bush, you could take that, couldn't you? That's fine. And she's showing me like a brass bell and some little brass ornaments. So I feel she liked them sort of ornaments, because she's making me aware of that. Okay. And I feel that would be a northern link, because she's just said, do I want to brew? She would always have the kettle on and make a bit of cake. Two sisters, me and myself, total opposites. Thank you. As long as you understand that, Margaret. Bless you. Take all her love, darling, and just know that she is around you, sending that healing and that strength, because she just walks with you a lot. And she's just sending healing and abundance to you as well, all right? And I'll leave her love with you and say thank you. She loved her tea, but she's made you a cup of tea and a bit of cake. And someone used to make the Christmas pudding and put too much alcohol in it, because she's laughing about this Christmas pudding that had like so much, I don't know what is it brandy they use, isn't it? But someone used to put too much of it in and they'd almost end up drunk times they've eaten it, and she's laughing about that. There's a memory to that cake that you'd remember, and she's raising a glass. Take her love, my darling, and know she's with you. Thank you so much. Okay. I did see someone. Okay. Jill Sorder, can I work with you, please? Jill Sorder, I'd like to work with next, please. Jill Sorder, would you understand? I feel I got mum and dad coming in. Mum wouldn't be so tall, Jill, but dad would be taller. Would you understand that, please? I feel it's mum and dad coming in. And as they come in, they're sending you a lot of healing, Jill, as well at the moment, okay? Healing and strength, okay? And they're saying you're not keen on this time of the year and the winter and the dark nights and the coldness, because they're just talking about that as they come in. Mum would have been a bit shorter than dad, or the other way around, okay? Mum would have worn an apron or a pinny as well. And the kettle was always on with your mum. And she's showing me like baking and things like that as well, your mum. So I feel she was very good at baking and baking cakes and things like this, okay? Excuse me. She's also, Jill, showing me like a glass bell. Do you understand an ornament that's like a glass bell, please, as well? And she's showing me like, you're welcome, Margaret. She's showing me like china plates that would have been like on a wooden dresser, Jill. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of thing, because she's showing it to me. And I feel there would have been one like china clock as well, okay? And also, I know it's a bad lag, Margaret. Jill, also, she's showing me these china plates. And would you understand there would have been a cuckoo clock that drove everyone mad, Jill? Because I've got to say that to you, and you hate the winter. Thank you, because Mum's sending you a lot of strength and healing. And would you understand you have Mum's ring? And again, there would have been a brooch, and I'm being shown like coloured scarves with Mum as well. She always liked to look nice, your Mum. She dressed really well. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like your dad would have been that way as well, please. Again, the name Bill and the name John are being said. And I feel Dad liked handkerchiefs. And the name Peter is being said as well. So I feel there's a few coming in here as well. I do feel with your mum, I lose a lot of weight towards the end. And I feel there would have been a cancerous condition as well, Jill. Can you understand that? I feel with your dad, he would have been quite breathless or had trouble with his breathing towards the end as well. I'm waiting for Jill to catch up with me here because the lag's quite bad this evening. Can you understand that, Jill? You have the ring. We're so lagging, aren't we? Okay. Because I just feel like Dad would have smoked as well, and he's showing me like a Zippo lighter thing as well. And I know I had trouble with my breathing, and I feel that Mum struggled again with her mobility towards the end a bit as well. But she had really small hands. And she was just cuddly, because your mum just comes in, Jill, gives you the biggest cuddle. She always dressed smart, and she had the cancer. Thank you. She's spot on then, because I just feel like I really struggled at the end. And your dad gives you a single red rose with so much love. Okay. And I don't know why, Jill, can you understand you have a blanket that you snuggle about in of an evening, because she's putting a blanket around you. I think she's telling me, anyway, you need to wrap up because you feel the cold as well. And I feel like you get really cold hands and feet like that, Reynard. Can you understand that, Jill, where your hand almost go numb because she's wanting to put gloves on and put socks on and a blanket? Dad was a smoker because he's lit a cigarette up, your dad. And he also would have had a whiskey or brandy, but he's laughing. He's saying for medicinal purposes only when you've got a bad cold. All right. And I feel Dad might have had the false teeth as well, because he just makes me aware of that. Do you understand, Jill, with your dad, that he passes with a heart attack? Because I've got pain in my chest and my breathing's quite laboured with him. All right. He's pleased, though, in that respect, that he passes quickly, because he didn't want to be a burden. That wouldn't have been your dad. There would have been false teeth as well. Your dad's put them in my glass here. All right. But Jill, they're just sending that healing and that strength. You're always cold. And I don't know for why. Do you understand you've got like an arthritis in your hands or your feet? Because they just want to wrap you up in a blanket and they just want you to keep your hands and feet warm, because I feel you're feeling it through there, you know, as well. And it always is cold in your house. Can you understand that? Because they're talking about there's a chill coming in somewhere. Unless it's spirit coming in, Jill, I don't know. But they're talking about a draft, or there's a drafty hallway, or do you know what I mean? They're talking about that. Memories to an open fire as well. I feel Dad worked outside because his hands and face look quite weathered. And again, your mum either did like darning or knitting, or both actually, because I feel she could do both as well. Okay. I'll wait for you to catch up, Jill. I feel, Jill, you sense spirit around you. So do you feel the coldness or the warmth of spirit come in? Because they're just making me aware of that as well. Okay. Have we got anyone here? The comments are completely frozen now, so we'll just see how we go. Moving again. You're always cold. Okay. Because I just feel like they're just talking about that anyway. I'm just going to say that there's an open fire. There's also a memory to like a bungalow. And I'm being shown like in the countryside. So I feel as if they like to live out in the countryside as well. Jill, can you understand that? He loved his whiskey. And yes, to the false teeth. Yes, I've got it in my fingers. There's a draft in my hallway. Same as mine, Jill. I have the heating on, and I go into the hallway, and it's absolutely freezing. And I'm thinking, I'm sure that spirit coming in and out there, probably where they come in and out, but it was so cold. But I feel as if like you are quite spiritual yourself, and I don't know if you see spirit or you sense spirit, but I've got to say that to you. There would be a carriage clock, there would have been a bungalow, and there would have been something about living in the countryside. You feel your mum touching your hair. Oh, that's lovely. Well, she's so proud of you, Jill. She sends a lot of love and a lot of healing for you, because you haven't felt 100%, you understand, as well. And she's talking about someone who suffers with their tummy, so I want to send healing around that as well, okay? And I don't know for why, Jill, you may already do meditation, but they want you to do a little bit more meditation work just to find that clarity and the peace of mind. You're in the bungalow. Thank you, because she just gave me like a bungalow as well, and she again is showing me like an open fire. And did your mum like to stand in front of the open fire, because she's almost standing there warming her bum up and the backs of her legs, and she's laughing away, but she's just showing it as a memory. Okay. There would have been a nice dog over in spirit. I want to say it's a medium-sized black dog that's coming in as well, that would be in the family when you were growing up, I feel. And she's showing me a memory to when you were a child with a doll's pram or a pushchair or something, and you were like a proper mother hen, because they're talking about that. There also would have been a rocking horse or a rocking chair, or both potentially, as a memory as well. And Jill, can you understand you had a Jack in the Box as a child? Because they're showing it to me. I just wait for you to comment, so I've given you loads there. She passed when I was 12. My niece is in hospital with tummy problems. Okay, my darling, I'm going to send healing around your niece then, because I just feel it's very relevant to now. Okay, so I'll send the healing there. I've got a rocking horse or a rocking chair as well. Okay. Yeah, black and white dog. Okay, thank you. Because they're just making me aware of that. And you would have had a doll with a doll's pram, or there's a memory to that, and there would have been a rocking horse or a rocking chair. I feel Dad smoked as well. Yes, a doll's twin pram. Thank you. Because she's saying you was the right mother hen. All right. But just coming in with a lot of love, my darling, and just coming down memory lane with a lot of it. I feel as if like your dad would have shown, he shows me a watch, and I feel he was quite punctual with the time. He didn't like people to be late. And would you understand there was military links with your dad? Because I'm being shown a black and white photograph of him in uniform, and he would have worn a cap on his head, which he's just taken off and popped back on again. So I just feel that's relevant as well. And he's showing me like the old money. Was it 1 bob and the shillings and all of that, like the old style money? He's showing me. So I feel he would have kept some of the old money, or someone's kept some of his old money. That's what I want to say, because he's showing it to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a medal or two, your dad as well. Okay. I do feel there was military or armed guard. I just feel that that's what he's given me. All right. But take their love, Jill, and just know that they're sending that love and that healing and that strength as well. And they're saying, make sure you get the chair out for them, so they can join you at the dinner table. All right. Mum's giving you a poinsettia flower as well. He was in the army. Thank you. That's what I felt. Mum's giving you a poinsettia flower. And would you understand your mum like the artificial flowers? Because I'm getting artificial flowers as well in a vase. All right. Because I just feel I've got to give them to you. And a poinsettia flower. All right. And Dad gives you a single red rose. But take their love and know they're with you, my darling, and they're walking with you. And I say thank you so much. Yes, Dad left medals. Thank you. It's a bit of a lag, isn't it? So you're kind of catching up as I move on now. Okay. Chloe Barnum, can I work with you, please? Is it Chloe Barnum? It's going up quick here. Yeah. Chloe Barnham, is it? Can you come up, please? Okay. Chloe Barnham, can I work with you, please? Thank you. Chloe, would you understand the Nan in spirit, darling? And this Nan isn't overly tall. She's quite little in height. She shuffled a bit with her walking towards the end. She was a very warm person. I feel you would have been really close with her. She's very proud of you. And she's talking about someone who's at college or university or has done all of this. And she's really proud of them. I do feel this is definitely mum. I want to say mum's mum, actually, as well. And Chloe, as I work with you, can you understand healing to your mum, darling, please? Or is your mum in spirit? You're welcome, Jill. Take their love. Thank you. I just feel as if like your mum needs that healing at the moment as well, and your Nan is sending that healing to her, all right, as well. She sends you a lot of healing as well, your mum's Nan. Thank you, Chloe, because I feel as if she's just trying to help to clear your mind of things. Do you know what I mean? Because she's just saying there's a lot been going on and your mind's been a bit muddled in its thinking. Can you understand that as well? Healing to your mum. Thank you, Chloe, because she just makes me aware of that. And I just feel like mental fatigue with you. Would you understand that you're not sleeping very well and you've just felt quite tired and low in your energy? Because your Nan is so much making me aware of this, okay? Your Nan was so lovely. Again, someone that liked to look nice. Her hair was a bit longer than mine, had a slight wave to it, would have worn glasses, liked a bit of lipstick, would have worn like a little brooch or something like that. And she used to wear like knee-length skirts with her petticoats, and she said she'd remember that. And a handkerchief. You're getting what I'm telling you, Chloe. Marvellous. She just wants you to slow down a little bit, Chloe, as well. I feel it's been, I don't know if it's with work or what it is, but it's been a bit of a busy, manic time. And you haven't had 5 minutes to sit down and just take stock of everything and have 5 minutes for yourself. So she's very much about you taking time out to rest and taking out time for yourself, because you do for everyone else and leave yourself behind, all right? So she sends that healing and that strength to you at the moment, okay? And she's trying to just, I don't know if there's a decision you've got to make about something as well, because she's trying to place clarity around a situation or a decision. All right. I hope you can understand all of that. I get what she means. As long as you're understanding what she's saying, my darling. You have a little robin that comes to visit you as well. And I don't know why. I'm going to give it, Clive. She's showing me peacocks. Can you understand why she's showing me peacocks? You know, when they just fan their feathers and they just look beautiful. She's just showing that to me as well, okay? And I don't know why. So I just feel like I want to leave that with you as well. Your Nan was a kind soul, though. She was a very warm person, I feel, as well. And she's super proud of you. And she keeps talking about someone who's studying or at college. If it's not like that, it's studying within my work. I have a peacock feather. That's what it is. I knew there was something around the peacock, because I'm just getting that peacock vibe, you know. Thank you for that. It's funny how they give you these things. I feel your mum might have her ring as well. I just feel like your mum is just very low in energy and has just been feeling quite under the weather. Your mum struggles with this time of the year. I feel there would have been a passing around this time of the year. I don't know if it was your nan or your granddad, but I do feel that. I was thinking about going to college in the next year. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because she's making me aware of that for you, Chloe, and she keeps bringing it in. So I feel like that would be a good start for you to focus on something more positive again and go and do something that you really want to do, because she's talking to that. Yes, next Thursday, my nan. Oh, the passing's next Thursday, is it? Oh, wow, because I just feel your mum struggles this time of the year, and that's what your nan's just said. That's why. Wow. Okay. Take that, Spirit. Thank you. Okie dokes. Let's just see. She wants you. I don't know why I'm getting dance. Do you like singing or dancing or something? Or is someone in the family quite musical? Because it's almost as if, I don't know if Nan liked to dance because she's put dancing shoes on and she's rocking out over here and singing. So I don't know, Chloe, but I just feel there's music. Let's play the music and dance. That's what I'm getting, that song now as well, suddenly. But I feel that's quite relevant as well. And I don't know if you listen to a lot of music, because I feel she's placing a lot of music with you. And she's just saying music can really help to clear your mind, as in like meditation as well. My granddad was on the stage singing. Oh, wow, that's what I want, because they're rocking out over here. He had a really good voice, and when he come alive on the stage, it was like, wow, he just come alive, and he was just like this magnificent person who was just absolutely amazing. When he come onto the stage, it was like, I've arrived, and he had like stars in his eyes, and he's dancing away, singing. He was just amazing soul, do you know? Everyone loved him, and he was quite fun loving. That's what I want to say. And he loved life on the stage as well, and he comes in with a lot of love as well there. They're very happy together, you know? And they're almost dancing together there, which is really nice as well, you know? And he would have had braces to keep his trousers up. I feel he lost a bit of weight towards the end, and I feel quite breathless with him. So he comes in as well there, her husband. And they were very happy together, quite different people, but happy together. That's what I've got to say to you. Chloe, would you understand a jewellery box with a ballerina in it, please, when you was a child? They're very talking about that. And I don't know whether you put pen to paper, but I feel as if I want you to start writing. Not a journal, though. Like creative writing, like poetry. They're making me aware of that. It was her son-in-law. As long as you can understand all the information, Chloe, I'm happy. Because it's coming in a bit laggy, so it's all over the place. But because I just feel like they want you to write poetry. Because your poetry can reach out and help other people as well. That's what they're talking about. I've started trying to write. Amazing. Oh my God. Because I was like, they want me to start writing here. And I thought, well, no, but I know that they're talking about this for you. So it's very positive, and they're saying it can help many people because it's like inspirational words and inspirational writing. And I just feel like you could even write a book one day. Don't know, but they're putting a book in front of me, all right, as well. But they're just saying, keep shining your light, because you're a beautiful soul, and your mum just wants to say thank you for everything you did for her. Your nan, sorry, everything you said. But your nan is almost thanking you for caring for your mum, you'd understand, as well. So I just feel that she's placing that there as well. But I feel you would have helped your nan as well, please. Okay. Got to give the name Doris, the name Dorothy, the name Mary, and the name Sheila. All different names coming in from Spirit there, but I need to place them with you as well, okay? I feel there'd be a necklace that belonged to Nan that had a locket, please, as well. And there would have been cufflinks and a handkerchief that comes around Grandad, okay? But your Nan just keeps saying, keep smiling through the pain. She sends that strength. All right. She knows that you've been quite emotional about something at the moment because she's talking about it. All right. But she says, you're a trooper and you're going to get through this. Keep putting that smile on your face, and don't let people not take advantage, but don't let people drag you down, darling. That's what your nan's saying. I hope you can understand that. Yes to the necklace and Grandad. Yes, as long as you can understand all of that. And one of them had false teeth because I put it in my milkshake again. Okay. You understand? They just want you to see that smile again, all right? And they're sending that strength in abundance for you, all right? Take their love, darling. I'll say thank you so much for working with me. Yes, I had my first scan Tuesday and feeling scared about it. That's what they're talking about then. It's all going to be fine. They just want to send that reassurance and that love. Because you tend to worry a lot and then it goes to your tummy, you know what I'm saying? All right? And they're saying congratulations. Take their love, darling. Thank you so much for working with me. Where am I going? Sarah Ann, can I work with you, please, darling? Sarah Ann. Sarah Ann, would you understand a sister in spirit? If it's not a sister, would you understand mum in spirit? So I've got quite a lot of people stepping forward in spirit for you, Sarah Ann. Sister or mum or both? If your sister's not in spirit, they're talking about a sister that you'd have been very different with. Do you know what I mean? Different. I feel there is a sister and I feel there's a mum. I feel one of them would have passed with a cancerous condition, please. We're overlapping a little bit, Sarah, as I work with them. Two of them, there's two coming forward, a sister. The sister would have been a very different energy to yourself. Actually, I want to place a cancerous condition with your sister who didn't pass at a really great age. Would you understand that, Sarah Ann? I want to say she was 50s or early 60s. I don't want to put her much older, but would you understand that? If your sister's not in spirit, they're just talking about, though, your sister being very different. Can you understand this? Because I still feel like I've got your mum and sister standing there together. I really do. Strange. You have a sister here now and your mum's in spirit. Would you understand then that your mum passes with a cancerous condition? No, I can't take that, sorry. I have a sister here now. Do you understand mum in spirit? Let me just see here, because I feel I'm with you. Sister not there. Okay, let me just see. So they're just talking about how different you are in your energies from your sister to your mum. If your mum's not in spirit, would you understand your nan, darling? I just need to sort of nail down who we've got here, all right? And I feel with this this lady, your mum is here. Okay, would you understand mum's mum then, please? So I'm sure I'm with you. Because she's talking about how different you and your sister are. And she's talking about, this is your nan, I feel. You didn't always see eye to eye. Can you understand this? Yes, my nan. Right, we'll get there in a minute. We go around the houses sometimes. Okay. I feel she was a lovely lady, your mum, please, as well. Okay, like a mum, thank you. I feel that. Because she was a very warm person. I don't want to put her very tall either. Do you know what I mean? She was sort of cuddly. Bit longer hair than myself. But she was a very genuine soul. And again, always wore her heart on her sleeve. Very warm person. She'd always put the kettle on and here's a cup of tea and a slice of cake, your nan. Do you know what I mean? She was a warm person. And I'm getting like knitting or sewing, that kind of thing with her as well. But I don't know for why. And I know it's talking about, she's telling me about your sister being different to your sister. I feel she wants to place healing around your sister. Would you understand this as well, please? And would you understand you haven't always seen eye to eye with your sister? Yeah, my nan was Colleen. Yes, definitely. She was a very genuine soul. Do you know what I mean? Also, always had cake and tea. Thank you. She's showing me like, can you understand the name Rose? And the sewing. The name Rose somewhere. And Lily. And Dorothy. Lots of different names. She's doing her sewing and her darning. She was good. She's showing me thimbles. She would have collected the little thimbles in a box. Yeah, my sister's not in a good place. Thank you. That's why she's talking about it as soon as she come in. I want to send a lot of healing around your sister because I just feel that they're making me very aware of that. And they're sending upliftment as well. Yes, my little Nan Rose. Thank you. Okay. And did Nan leave a ring? Because she showed me a ring with a diamond in it. There would have been two rings, a wedding one and an engagement ring. So I feel she's showing me rings here. And she had them years. She wants you to start wearing an amethyst, okay, which is a lilac crystal. You can wear them in necklaces or rings, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on them, but it will send a lot of healing to you at the moment as well, okay? Because I feel as if, like, she's saying you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, so she's sending healing for this, all right? and that you've got like the weight of the world on your shoulders. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of pressure, and she's just saying she wants you to make time for yourself. She's bought you in a tin of sweets as well. Someone's got a sweet tooth around you because she's bought in like celebrations or roses, you know, the tins. She's laughing. And I feel like your nan liked the Christmas pudding as well. My mum has her rings now. There's a Christmas pudding because she's bringing that in. I feel there'd be a birthday party and anniversary in this month, please, as well. She's taking me to January, to April and July as well. Birthdays, parties, anniversaries. She just wants you to take a step back. She wants you to just step out of a situation, calm a bit, and then approach it again. Thank you. Me and my nan love sweets. She's bought you in a big tin. I love my sweets. She just wants you to step out, step back a bit, and look at the situation again. I hope you can understand that. Because it's like you just need to step back out of this situation for a minute and take a bird's eye view of everything. Because I feel she's just saying, my birthday July, her birthday January, thank you. I just feel as if she's just saying, you've been so stressed and you've not been sleeping well because you're carrying a lot on your shoulders. Do you know what I mean? And you don't know if you're coming or going. I've got to say to you as well. Do you understand there was twins as well somewhere? Okay, because I feel that. You understand what she's talking about. As long as you understand the name Margaret as well being given. She's showing me like an apron or a pinny again as well. So I feel she liked to put her around the home. And she's showing me like brass ornaments as well. And she's showing me a glass bell. Can you understand that? Yeah, I understand that. I have been. Okay. She just wants you to take a bit of time out and do something for you because you're twins on Grandad's side. Thank you. Because it's like you're doing for everyone else, but you're leaving yourself behind. So she's very much about wanting you to sort of like take that time out for you. Do you know what I mean? Because it's really needed at the moment. Make that time for yourself, okay? Did someone do ballet? Because she's showing me ballerina shoes as well. Nan had the brass and the glass bell. Yeah, she's showing it to me. She's ringing it. But do you understand there was someone that worked in a school and a dinner lady? They're ringing a school bell. You understand that? Anything else for your nan? Oh, she says, I love you, Nan. I miss you. She misses you too, darling, very much. You did ballet. Thank you. But she's showing me ballet shoes, so I knew I had to say that to you. All right. What else is there? And someone's struggling with migraine or headache as well. I want to send healing around that, please, as well. And just not getting enough sleep at times is what I feel. So she's just like, and she's almost feeding you up with a lot more fruit and vegetables. I worked the dinner lady and work in a school now. Well, she couldn't get any more spot on than that then, your nan, could she? Bless her. She's so lovely. Always wanted me to be a dancer. Oh. She saw that ability in you, probably. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they see better than we do. Yes to the headaches. She just wants you to slow down a little bit and what have you. And I feel there's a connection with horses as well. Someone either rode horses or looked after horses. Okay, and there would have been a brass horseshoe because she's showing me that as well. Okay, but take all her love, darling, and know that she's around you. And I say thank you so much for working with me. Thank you. Keep your comments going up. Is anyone here? Thank you. We're a bit lagged, aren't we? So, Suzanne Riches, can I work with you, please? Suzanne Riches, can I work with you, please? Would you understand Mum in spirit? I've got this beautiful lady that steps in, Suzanne Riches, and she just looks really elegant and really beautiful. Her hair's a bit longer than mine. I want to work with Susan Riches if that's possible. I don't know if it's Mum or quite, but I just feel it is Susan. I don't know. I just feel really elegant with this lady. She's just really nice. She always took pride in her appearance. Her hair was longer than mine, but it always looked nice. Can you understand that with your mum, Suzanne Riches? Because I just feel like this is a mum. She was beautiful, because I just feel like she's got the most beautiful, like, twinkly blue eyes. I'm not sure if it's blue or brown, but her hair is beautiful. She always liked to put her makeup on. And her nails look nice. She used to wear nice jewellery. She just always used to look magnificent, your mum. That's what I want to say. She just comes in with all the bling. She just looks beautiful. And she just comes in and just embraces you and gives you the biggest cuddle of support at the moment. And she says, I'm with you, darling, all right? That's what I want to say to you at the moment. And I feel as if you've been asking for the help from the Spirit, or you've just been crying out for the help because your mum has been listening to this. And she's trying to send that healing and that strength to you at the moment as well, you know, Suzanne. And she was such an elegant, beautiful soul. Very kind. I feel you'd have a ring or rings that belong to her. She's showing me a little watch and a bracelet and a necklace as well. And some little earrings as well. And she's showing me, like, you know, like little butterfly sleeper earrings. There's something around butterflies as well. And butterflies are all about transformation and change. If it's not earrings, would you understand an ornament of a butterfly? Because that's what she's giving me. That's what I want to say here. I've got to give you the birthdays, passings, anniversaries. I've got to come to February, to April, July and November. Birthdays, passings, I have all that, the jewellery. And you'd have it in a little jewellery box that looks like glass with flowers on it, because she's showing it to me as well. All right. She just wants you to not give up. I feel she's sending healing and strength, and she's saying, do not give up, keep moving forward, all right? She's talking about life being quite difficult in the past, and that you'd been hurt badly in the past. Would you understand that? And she's just sending, she wants you to know that things are to get better, but you have to believe in yourself a little bit more with that as well, all right? Because she's just talking about that you've been hurt in the past quite badly, and it's made you struggle to open up to people. Can you understand that? So you're quite closed. Does that make sense? And she doesn't want you to close off completely and not let love into your life again, all right? Because it's like almost as if you've shut down, yeah? And she's wanting you to sort of embrace life again and let people come into your life again, all right? Because not everyone is mean, if that makes sense to you, you know? And she just wants you to open your heart again, okay? And allow that love to come in, because you are a kind, beautiful soul. And you've got a lot to offer someone. That's what your mum's saying. Would you understand this? She's talking about the past. All right, that's what I want to say. And Susan, can you understand? Have you got a daughter, please? 2 or 3. I'm getting number 2 or 3 is in children as well. All right. She's just talking about children, and she's showing me a beautiful girl as well. Susan, would you understand that there was a girl in spirit, please, my darling, that passed as a baby? There's definitely would have been a baby that passed the spirit. I don't know. I feel this was, I mean, it's a miscarriage, but I feel I have to give that because there was a baby that's grown up in spirit, and I can say this was a little girl. Thank you. And she's a beautiful earth angel because she's standing up with them as well. You have 2 children. Thank you. I feel there was definitely a miscarriage or a passing of another child then, please, because I did get 3, but I feel 1 went over to spirit. All right. I've got to say that to you. She's talking about one of your daughters being very creative. Great with colour. Yes, to the miscarriage. Thank you, darling. Because she's just showing me, like, they're quite particular with things, one of your daughters. They know how they like things to look, including their house. They're quite immaculate. Do you know what I mean? They know how they like things. They're quite, you know, everything kind of has to match. Can you understand that? She's also talking about having a clear out and you're sorting stuff. And I'm getting, like, paperwork or legal paperwork as well. And you understand all of this? Excuse me. And would you understand there's someone that wants to move? Because I'm also getting a lot of movement within the family somewhere, please, as well. Just to see if there's anything wrong. She's also, that's me, not my daughter. As long as you can understand that then, because obviously I'm just working with what they give me. You want to move, okay. They're just coming in with a lot of love, your mum, and that strength at the moment. And she just keeps saying, do not give up. So I just feel, if it's not with you, someone around you's been quite low in energy and felt quite depressed. Would you understand that? Because she's sending a lot of healing for this. Okay. And I don't know for why. This is an old song. She's singing that song, Brown Girl in the Ring, which is a really old song. I know it is. I know it because my dad used to play it, but I've got to say it to you for some reason. And who did brownies? Did one of your daughters do brownies when they were younger? Because I'm just getting that as well. And I'm getting that song, Brown Girl in the Ring. Don't know why, but I feel it could be relevant back in the time. Okay. And did your mum love ABBA? Because I'm seeing all the like ABBA and the how they all dress really wacky, didn't they? But I just feel like ABBA and ABBA music for some reason, so I don't know, but she's placing that as well. And she's yes to the brownies, and she's talking about do you like the theatre and musical theatre? Because I'm just hearing a lot of music, and like theatre and singing and on the stage and all that. But she's making me aware of that as well. All right. So I don't know if you're going to the theatre or you're going to the pantomime, but they're just talking about something like that as well. All right. I played ABBA song at her funeral. I knew it was relevant somewhere because I just was like, I couldn't hear the bit of music, but I could see the ABBA, like the ABBA. I could see them. Thank you, Suzanne. She was really pleased with that, and she said what a beautiful service it was. And she was pleased that you played her favourite bit of music. And she's not giving me it, but you can understand that. You went to the theatre yesterday, thank you. Very relevant then, Suzanne. I've got to give you the name Annette or Jeanette, sounds like as well. And someone who wants to change their work, please, or has just recently changed their work. There's a change coming in, please, for them as well. I just feel there's a change coming in. And lastly, can you understand a necklace, like a friendship necklace, where you wear one heart and the other person wears the other heart as well? Because they're making me aware of that as well. I don't know if you could understand that, but I'm being shown. I want to say thank you for everything you did for her, all right? And take that time out for yourself as well, and make sure you enjoy life. Not sure on the work change. It might not be with you, but it might be around the family. Just remember that I've given it to you. All right, I just think it might be a change of job, but it hasn't necessarily always arrived, okay? And someone who's had a bit of car trouble as well, they're talking about. Nothing sinister, but just, something. I don't know if someone's just had an MOT or a service and it didn't quite get through. They're talking about something like that as well. All right. It might just, sometimes things are ahead, we go ahead of time. All right. But take their love and know that your mum is there, walking with you, darling, sending that strength and that healing. And you see a little robin, don't you, Suzanne? Yes, my car on Friday. There you go then. How would I ever know that, darling? You see, spirit world are telling me. All right. Look out for the little robin. That's your sign from spirit. All right. And take the time that you need for yourself. And remember, keep shining your light because you're a beautiful soul, and that comes from your mum. All right. And I'll say thank you so much for working with me.
And Helen, that brings us to time tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Helen. What lovely, beautiful messages there. We've got Frank's animal cards coming up. And then can we come back for a closing prayer after that?
That's fine. I'm just trying to mute myself.
Perfect.
Can you mute me?
I will do. I'll take you out the screen. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank
there we go, friends. All lovely, lovely evening with Helen. Lovely address earlier as well. If you didn't get a chance to listen, you can listen back. But as every week, we can't get around to everyone, unfortunately, no matter how hard Helen tried. So that's why Frank from our church draws 3 animal cards each week so that everyone can take away an uplifting thought for the week ahead. So let's see what Frank has for us this week. There's 3 cards here. Just tune into the crystal that you find most appealing to you. And we'll see what Frank has for us.
Good evening. Our first crystal this evening is the amethyst. With that is the card for the Angora rabbit. This rabbit says it's time to take action. It's time for creativity and for starting something new. The Angora rabbit says, okay, that's enough time thinking. Now's the time to hop into action. This is a period of great creativity, prosperity, and the excitement of a new endeavour. Have faith in yourself, because you're ready to do something amazing now. When rabbits decide to get moving, they go from standing completely still to bound in action in the direction of their desire. After your quiet time of patience, it's your turn now to go from stillness to rapid movement. Where do you want to go? Take a leap. What do you want to do? Jump in with both feet. Now is your time. Rabbits are linked with creativity and fertility. This can be the birth of a child, or might simply be that your baby is that book you've been writing, the career you've been started, or anything that has captured your heart recently. Visited in this bunny is also the dragonfly, a creature associated with magic and evolution. This shows that the influence of magic is still present. Not only can you do anything you want, but also you're closing the distance between you and your goals with every step you take. And the second crystal is the citrine. With that goes the card for the frog. The frog is about deep emotion, fertility, and emotional transformation. It says a deeply emotional experience is heading your way, and it will probably sweep you right off your feet, because things might move very quickly, so you'll want to make decisions, balancing your feelings and your intellect. Whirlwind romances can lead to abrupt decisions. This experience can feel wonderful. Just try to let it unfold at a measured pace if you can. A frog can represent someone who is romantic, introspective, flirtatious, thoughtful, sometimes even overdramatic. He is charming. He is lucky. He may stay forever. However, he can also be in love with love. And he might just hop to the next romance, just as he hops to the next lily pad. So keep your head about you and protect your heart. Frogs are associated with magic and big changes. And who hasn't heard of the fairy tale where a kiss turns a frog into a prince? Frogs' connection to water makes them a symbol for both emotional and spiritual growth. Frogs tend to leap from one experience to another, symbolising the possibility of massive transformation, as well as a few growing pains on the way. Just keep in mind that they're also known as a symbol of cleansing. So if things don't quite pan out the way you wanted, the frog can still be there to help you and wash that prince right out of your hair for you. And our third crystal is the rose quartz, and with that goes the thoroughbred horse. This horse says and symbolises events that unfold at great speed, and wise and logical choices, sudden unexpected changes. The thoroughbred horse represents the fastest moving energy of all. If things have been a bit sluggish for you lately, then best to get ready, because once this horse race is in, you can expect things to go from a dead stop, and you can expect things to go fast. In the blink of an eye, from a lightning speed. Because of that, you may be asked to make decisions very quickly. You'll want to choose logic and intellect over emotion. And whatever you do, think fast. You won't have long before you're running after that horse, yelling, "Wait for me." Thoroughbred can represent a person who loves action. He's intelligent, decisive, focused, possibly even a bit impulsive. He'll rush in to save the day by instantly figuring out what to do, and then without conferring with anyone, just doing it. His intentions are good, and his head is in the right place. However, since he tends to act without asking first, you might want to keep tight hold of those reins, lest he get far ahead of you and possibly way off the course you had in mind. Thoroughbred horses are known for their swiftness, stamina, agility, and willingness to go the extra mile. They can run at speeds of up to 55 miles an hour and keep going long after other breeds would have tired. They're extremely intelligent and forge a psychic connection with people they work with. This is one of the reasons why they're a symbol for victory and success. However, if one of them gets away from you, you're going to have to be running very, very fast to catch them up, aren't you? 3 cards there tonight, all about making quick decisions and being prepared to move fast into the future. Thank you for listening.
Lovely. Thank you, Frank. All right, friends, well, let's bring tonight's service to a close then. We'll go back to Helen for a closing prayer, and then I'll play out the closing Vesper, as we usually do. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you so much. Please join me as I close in prayer for the evening. Divine Spirit, we give thanks for the wonderful messages of love received this evening. And we thank you for the bounty of love, dear Father. And we ask that any spiritual energy left over be sent out to those in need at this time. I'd like to thank my guides and my helpers for the wonderful messages of love, comfort and upliftment received this evening. And I ask that we go safely on our journeys until we meet again in this sanctuary of love and light. And I ask this in the name of love. Amen.
Well, a very big thank you to Helen for taking tonight's service. Some wonderful messages brought through there tonight. Really lovely evening. So thank you so much, Helen. Thank you also to our medium in church tonight. That was Julie Simpson tonight. Hope you had a good evening in church over in Thundersley. Thank you to Donna for chairing tonight. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading. And thank you to Frank for the cards at the end there. Thank you all for watching online and joining along. Hope you have a great week ahead. And I hope you can join us next Sunday again at 6:30. But until then, take care and good night.